Hello, and welcome to the online premiere of Apocalypse Rock. My name is Brian Pennington, and I will be one of your hosts tonight. And to start the evening off, I think we're all a little tired of a mask face, so the team at Starlight Films cooked up something a little special for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on here. There we go. As I was saying, my name is Brian, and I was the director on Apocalypse Rock, which came out 5 years ago, and... What's that? What's chat saying? It's creepy. Creepy and distracting. More distracting than not having it on at all. Well, it is a very expensive effect, so... Okay. So anyways, as I was saying, I am one of your hosts tonight. Doug should be here soon. He's the lead actor in the film, and I will wait for him to show up. So, make yourselves comfortable, and we'll start soon. So we're still trying to track down Doug, the lead actor of the film, who is supposed to be my co-host tonight. We're gonna keep the show rolling though, so we're gonna take a moment to remember all that we lost in 2020. Touching. The show will continue in a few minutes here. Oh, drinks are available in the lobby. If you remember to get some, you might have some time still. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, no. No, it was tonight. Yeah, tonight, Saturday. Yeah, we rented the theater. I mean, we didn't rent it, we broke into it, but there's nobody here anyways. You don't... Remember our hashtags? We have... Oh, man. Whole movement. It was hashtag Apocalypse Rock, hashtag Told You So, hashtag Indie Film Strong, hashtag Cameras Against Corona, hashtag Co-Video, I like that one, hashtag Occupy Regal, hashtag Give Me Cinema or Give Me Death. Yeah. Yeah, we had like the whole you and me hosting, sharing the load. We had the whole like, I made a baton for you. We had the whole like usher gag, like the grandmas gonna show people their seats and like keep teenagers from making out. Yeah. Oh, I understand the home is comfortable. Yeah, it's comfy. Is that popcorn? Fresh popcorn? Yeah. Yeah, there's something here in the concession stand. I think there's some popcorn that when they left it there. It's, should be good. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, just, I'll see you in the chat then. Enjoy the show. Uh-huh. Okay. I love you too. Bye. Okay. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Stick around after the credits for some behind-the-scenes footage from Apocalypse Rock. And now, it gives me great pleasure to announce for the first time online, Apocalypse Rock. Enjoy.
This is not a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is your daily dose of rock and roll. Heaven may have opened up to swallow TV, cell phones, and the internet, but you can't kill the radio. Today is our 728th straight day playing all your favorite rock songs. Well, at least all of my favorites. We got a great show lined up for you today. I know I say that every day, but really, who else are you gonna listen to? We're gonna be here all day pumping out rock and taking your calls. So if you wanna reach us, and I know you do, we're at 14-200 on hand, CB Channel 9, coming to you live from the end of the world. This is WARK, Apocalypse Rock. I gotta get let's take some of your calls. We are gonna go to line 2. Sienna in San Francisco. Sienna, you're on with Apocalypse Rock.
Oh my god, I can't believe I got on. I even had like takeout. I'm so excited.
Whoa. Sounds like you may have exposed yourself to a little too much radiation.
Oh my god, like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Okay. We're gonna turn down Sienna for a moment. And speaking of radiation poisoning, let's have a look at today's weather. Don't go outside.
Anyway, I wanted to know, whatever happened to the Rat Olympics?
Well, I ended up eating the contestants from China and Norway before the long jump, so it's on an indefinite delay. Thanks for the call.
Like, some people can like somebody, but
Wow.
not like
Yeah,
like
you
somebody.
don't
You know what I
say.
mean? Like liking somebody is such a big deal, and it's not just like a color difference. I only like red.
Let's go to line 1. Hello, who do we have here?
This is Molly, spelled M-O-L-I.
Well, thanks for spelling that for us, M-O-L-I, Molly. Where are you calling from?
Gaithersburg, Merlin, you know what I'm saying? Represent.
And what can I do for you, Molly?
Oh yeah, could you play Survival by Lucas and the Lovelies? Cause that's how I like to get down when there ain't no one around.
Molly! Molly! You know, you may spell your name wrong, but you know good music. This song is going out to Mary Augman. In the 9th grade, Mary said she'd only go out with me if I were the last man on earth. Mary, I eagerly await your call.
Survival.
I always like to look on the bright side of things. Take this apocalypse, for example. Everyone I know is dead, and the Earth is a sweltering, barren wasteland. On the other hand, I am still in possession of several library books that I will never have to return.
And I suppose that's the lesson I'd like to pass on to you all today. Gotta find that silver lining, you know? Like my 4th grade teacher, Mr. Carlton.
Mr. Carlton, I believe I remember you saying I'd never amount to anything. Well, now you're dead, and I'm on the radio. So, I don't know. Apology accepted, I guess.
Survival. We went until the end. We went as far as we could go. The mighty Mississippi.
Well, folks, looks like it's already time for a commercial break. Seems only 3 things can survive the apocalypse. Me, cockroaches, and advertisements. We'll be back.
This refuel break is brought to you by Farm Taste Beans. Not just beans. There's bean juice in there, too. When you gather your family around a table of Farm Taste Beans, you know you're getting several things.
And hope to succeed. Hope to succeed.
Right, Johnny?
Mom, can we have Farm Taste Beans every night?
Okay, dear. Farm Taste Beans. If they're good for one night, they're good for every night.
That was Arden with the big picture. You know, if I had to do it all over again, I think I'd pick one sleeve as my dedicated tissue napkin sleeve, as opposed to wiping a little here, a little there. Oh well, live and learn. Well, before we close today, I think we've got time for one more call. Let's go to Denny in Milwaukee. Denny, you're on with Apocalypse Rock.
Hi, am I on?
You sure are. What can I do for you?
Okay, well, I guess I'm sort of just depressed, my girlfriend's been giving me, like, the cold shoulder lately, and I don't mean that as a figure of speech. It's, like, physically cold, like ice.
Denny, wake up. Your girlfriend's dead. Move on.
Well, there's no one else alive, and, I don't want to be alone.
You're not alone, Denny. You've got the glorious light in the darkness that is Apocalypse Rock to keep you company.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, man. You're always there for me.
Always, Denny. Always. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here today. And remember, folks, if, like Denny, you too want to call in and have me solve all your problems, our lines are always open. We're at 14-200 on Ham, CB Channel 9. Coming up next is our overnight broadcast with the Night Owl, brought to you by Whiskey. Whiskey, helping people sleep.
Hey, thanks for that groovy intro, man. This is the Night Owl, here to make sure your night's owl right. Tonight we'll hear the best of Yoko Ono. This is the music she wrote before she met the Beatles, and they ruined her music career. But first, a little music to get you through the night.
When the night falls, you're gonna make your way to the warm bed and those four walls where you hide away. But I know your path, and I'll wait all night. And brother, you know I'll take mine.
Contact. Emergency. Respond. Please listen to the...
I'll sing you a song, make it long. I'll sing for you strong, follow along.
This is not a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is your daily dose of rock and roll. The only thing left that doesn't need to be rationed. To the listener who tried to call me last night, be considerate. The world may have ended, but the no calls after 9 p.m. rule still applies. Just kidding. Call whenever you'd like. That's how much I love you. In fact, I love you all so much, I'm going to be giving away up to $50,000 this first hour.
The term up to $50,000 can mean any amount between $0 and $50,000, determined by the broadcaster at his whim. All contestants must be alive, U.S. citizens, love rock and roll, and able to travel to WARK radio station to receive prize. Prize will be furnished in the form of a check.
Contestants understand that there are no banks, credit unions, or Walmarts in which to cash the check. Even if one were to find such a place, all U.S. currency is completely worthless in the current economic and apocalyptic state.
So stay tuned and we'll help you get through the end of the world. This is WARK Apocalypse Rock. The only thing you can count on after the world has ended.
Set your eager sights towards the fields of a white noise. Thoughts have fled far long ago, no one's home anymore. By
So, like I was
choice.
saying before, and it's so close to that
Radio
other song you played,
waves sing me to
where
sleep.
the beat is like,
Concentration I cannot
Thanks, Bill. It's a great story. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Steve, line 1, go.
hey man, thanks for taking my call. So, I'm kind of dying of thirst here, and I'm wondering if you have any survival advice. Oh, so you just like catch it in the shirt?
I'm sorry, what
Alright,
was the question?
I'm kind of dying of thirst here, and I'm wondering if you have any survival advice.
I don't know, have a sports drink. Problem solved. Next call. Let's go to Susan in Arlington, go.
Oh, it's so nice to finally talk to you. I am so glad I called in, you know? I mean, sometimes I don't. And you know what? I'm here for you. And I won't ever let you go. Which is why people think I'm crazy. Sometimes I can say the crazy things, you know, like, but here's the thing. I'll just always be by your side. One of those dependable people that you can always count on. And I'll never leave, and you'll never be alone.
Well, I don't need to think, and I don't need to move. I just need a screen and a powerful AC to keep me hibernating, to keep me sustaining, to keep the entertaining.
Do not attempt to contact your local police, fire department, or emergency response team. All teams are being utilized and will not be able to respond. This information will be repeated. Please listen to the following information for emergency operating procedures. All military personnel.
Windows shut, doors locked. Keep me from the world outside. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Radio waves sing me to sleep. Concentration I cannot keep. Synapses stop firing. Imprisoned by your entertaining. Imprisoned by your entertaining.
Hey man, it's been quiet for hours. You alright, man? You need me to like cover for you or something? What's going on?
Show's over. We're off the air.
Oh, come on, man. You don't want to go out like that now, do you? You owe it to yourself to end this thing better. You owe it to all of them.
Owe it to who? Everyone's dead.
This whole thing is like a bad joke.
Okay, maybe everyone is dead. So what? That really change anything? I mean, it's always just been about the music, right? I mean, that's why you started this thing. I think as long as there's a little bit of gasoline in that tank, we ought to be rocking. You know, Show must go on and all that.
So what now?
Hey, I heard that song you were recording the other night. It's pretty good, man. Deserves to be heard. So get back on the radio, play your song, and you finish this thing out right.
Sorry for the radio silence, folks. I'm glad no one from the FCC survived or racked up millions in fines by now. All joking aside, though, today is a very sad day here at Apocalypse Rock because today is my last day on the air.
Aww.
I know, but this is the end. We're running on fumes here at Apocalypse Rock, so if for some reason you've been holding out on calling in, this might be your last chance. We're gonna end with one last song. I wrote this song for all of you, and also for me. This is WARK, Apocalypse Rock.
This life was just a dream, and we're all thoughts before. Awake becomes an ocean. This life was just a dream, and we're all salt before. We're absorbed into the ocean. This life is more. This love just made us hurt, and hurting's made us numb. So we touch from a safe distance. How alone we've become. Is it my time? Is it the end? If I was God, I'd create a face so there's someone else that would understand. This life was just a dream, and we're all thoughts before. Awake becomes an ocean. This life was just a dream, and we're all salt before. We're absorbed into the ocean. This life is more.
Contact your local police, fire department, or emergency response. All teams are being utilized and will not. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Come in, are you there? Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Am I on?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Just a little fallout. Never purchased, so they say. Just a little fallout. Got to stay inside another day. Yeah.
Don't forget to stick around after the credits for some behind the scenes. And look for a link in the chat. We're going to have a Q&A on Facebook Live.
Life was just a dream and we're all thoughts before awake becomes a notion. This life was just a dream and we're all something before we're absorbed into the ocean. This life is more. Love will make you hurt, the hurt will make you numb. Oh, we touch from a safe distance, how alone we've become.
Brian and I kind of had this idea for an end of the world kind of post-apocalyptic story.
Last man alive, living in a emergency broadcast radio station built in like the Cold War era. Broadcasts just this rock and roll fueled show every day, all day, in hopes that if someone's out there, that they'll hear them.
We thought it was such a unique idea, something that we were excited to tell people about.
A lot of things felt like they were in the right place at the right time. I met Doug Powell while working on a film by a good buddy of mine, Tim Scott. Doug was kind of the comic relief in that film. We had the opportunity to work with him on a 40-hour film last Friday in April.
At some point we were like, we really need to do Apocalypse Rock, and we need it to be with Doug.
When we're writing scripts, I often have someone in mind, and for many films we had Doug in mind.
If Doug was not available, we wouldn't have written it.
A lot of people are surprised when I say that Doug is not a professionally trained actor. Doug was a comedian in an earlier part of his life.
I make myself look more professional, and this company I'm working with, they're like, you need quotes from businesses to make it seem like people know who you are. So just as a joke, I wrote down that the Washington Post said, who?
That lent itself very naturally, not only to a comedy, but also to just filmmaking, being an actor in general.
Doug and Brian have always worked really well together.
Brian directed Doug in a way that he knew what Doug could and couldn't do, and it worked well.
There were always jokes flying, which was great, and Brian and Doug loved to kind of riff off of each other.
Check! Yeah.
Doug took it seriously. He wasn't just there to joke around and, wing it through the serious parts. He really brought it.
Shut up, Susan!
Cut! That was the best one yet. And Doug, your action with interacting with the colors were perfect.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was a big project involving numerous people, a lot of planning. We had things to learn about Indiegogo campaigns and raising funds.
The $32,000 goal, that was kind of a high goal, thinking if we raise $32,000, we can pay everyone, do everything exactly the way we want it. Doug actually went on 98 Rock and was on there for about 2 hours in between songs and segments. It was literally during that time when he was on the air that we were like, we have to launch the campaign right now. Over that month, we raised close to $9,000, just enough to do the production part. We knew that we were probably gonna have to raise money for the post-production. especially because we wanted to go with a professional post-production audio house. When you're talking about a movie that is about rock music and about a radio station, it has to sound good.
We knew that the station itself was going to be a character as well. We had talked about filming on location, but that wasn't really ever fleshed out because we knew it'd be cheaper and easier to build a station in a space close to where we were making the film. Right here is going to be the radio station. There's the generator. This is looking down a hallway and then turning around the corner, down the other hallway. That's it. We put some feelers out for some production designers and we came across John Burgess. He's got a ton of work behind him. Like, he's done sets for Survivor, a bunch of plays. He's a teacher who was going for tenure, and he said, I have to get some more work under my belt or just some stuff before I become tenured. He really brought his A game because he loves what he does. He coordinated the building of the set with Walter Berry, who constructed, fabricated the set and delivered it. He brought a bunch of interns from school to help, paint and dress the set.
We gave him a budget, and then we also paid him, but he even used some of that money to pay for other things on the project.
This is fantastic. So this is the main area.
This is the main area.
I used to work in radio, and so I had this idea of the station that I used to work at in my head. So it's nice to get in here.
When your actor comes on set and is blown away or forgets they're on a set, that's always just helps them do their job better. A lot of the gear was loaned to us by good friends who have just gear that's way too old and not useful anymore, but we're glad they kept it.
Oh my goodness! So much sound stuff!
Yeah, a lot of this is Bethany's dad. Some of this is my dad.
The main tape player, the Panasonic CTF 900 tape player, was mine.
This bad boy actually will still boot up.
Wait, Brian! This is Unix! I know this!
My dad used to have one of those reel-to-reel tape decks, the Akai, and a friend had that in her garage and said, please use it, but bring it back.
So we'd written The Night Owl. When approaching the script, we had two characters. We had Tom Harper, and we had the broadcaster, the kind of wild child, gonna live forever rock and roll guy, and then Tom Harper is the practical survivor. And originally we played that up a lot more. Instead of the Night Owl kind of picking him up and dusting him off, it was Tom Harper picking up the broadcaster, so it was gonna be like a split screen with two Dougs.
That's not Doug. Of course it's Doug. That's Falcon. Look at him. Chris. I love you, Chris. He's emotionally distant with me. It keeps me in check.
We were gonna have him talk to himself, and it just wasn't working.
The idea presented itself pretty plainly that, oh, the Night Owl should do it, because we'd already set up that he interacts with these tapes, so now whether it's him losing it or whatever you choose to read into it, he's picked up by his own devices. In the script, it was just an alternate tape he plays from that has a Night Owl written on it, but when we saw that this piece of equipment in itself was a character, it became the thing that picked him up and dusted him off and sent him on his way. But that's where that character kind of came from, paying homage to the really old rockers up way too late.
As with all of our Starwipe projects, we developed such a camaraderie on set, and this was no exception. We had a strong team. We had people involved that had passion for the project.
We had the usual suspects, star wipers that we use a lot.
So this is a camera.
This is just a BTS camera. We have another one for the actual shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We don't shoot with garbage like that, for the real video.
I don't know why we even rented this one.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
I'm not the producer, so.
Yeah. Actually, I'm using the actual camera that we're using for the shoot.
My parents were there, Annette and Earl Gill. Of course, we had the on-set child, who was Oliver Pennington, and his caretaker, Bonnie Pennington. But in addition to the usual people, we also had Orlando Herrera, who we've worked with before in the past. He's someone we've known for a very long time, but he lives on the other side of the country, or sometimes he lives out of the country, and so we don't always get to work with him. But we brought him on special for this project because we knew that he would just be amazing at being our cinematographer.
The script went through obviously a variety of drafts, and at times we kind of deviated from the rock, and it became a morning rock show, but then like an afternoon sports show, and then like a talk show. In a short film, you have so little time to do anything that you have to be like razor focused. So I ended up saying, let's just pack it with as much rock as possible. He's just a rock DJ. And people seem to have really responded positively to the soundtrack.
When you have a film called Apocalypse Rock, you better have some rock music in it, right? Doug Powell actually got us in contact with several bands that we ended up using in the film. My brother was in several bands, and so some of their music is in it, which then got us in touch with some other bands. So for the most part, it came from those two sources. The end song was written by someone that I went to college with. His name's Jeff Eben, and we called him and we were like, hey, would you be willing to write a song for the end of our movie?
He brought us that song he'd already written, played it for us. I'm like, oh, this is perfect for Apocalypse Rock. He remixed it into an acoustic version, which Tom Harper could have easily played.
Into the ocean, this life.
When he leaves the door, it transitions into the more studio mixed version, like the soundtrack version.
This love just made us hurt, and hurting's made us numb. So we touch from a safe distance, how alone we've become.
At the end of the credits, you hear it a third time, and that's like the really super mix version.
Life was just a dream, and we're all thoughts before. Awake becomes a notion, as life was just a dream, and we're all thoughts before.
And cut. That was good. Great job.
The ending of this film was something that we debated about for a long time.
Because we did identify the film as a comedy, we knew we wanted to have a positive ending.
It was about the music, but it was also about being useful and finding something to do and being productive after the world has ended. He's approaching his 2-year mark of being at this radio station, still moving forward, and the radio station ended and he was continuing to move forward.
Oh, hey, what's up? Am I the 10th caller or something? Did I win the energy drink, dude? What's up?
And just what's up sounds really confrontational. Do more. Did I
Doug is so good at doing voices. Several people ask about that, and one person even said, so who did all the voices? Where did you find those tapes? I'm like, that's Doug. That's him?
Hey, am I the 10th caller? Did I win the energy drink?
That was so good.
Before we close, I think we've got time for one more call.
My girlfriend's been giving me like the cold shoulder lately. You know, and I don't mean...
Denny is an Easter egg, his little sneak peek of his character from Last Friday in April.
A fan favorite. Heck, he's a Starwipe favorite. So it was fun to bring him back for a brief moment.
Just getting into film festivals was exciting, but we're not only getting in, but we're winning quite a lot of awards. A lot of best ofs, best narratives, best comedies, some screenplay awards.
A lot of times people ask us, how did the world end? What happened? We don't really know. It wasn't about that. It wasn't about zombies or acid rain. It was about Tom Harper, and it wasn't about how he got there. It was about him surviving.
I was trying to figure out how to abbreviate Apocalypse Rock. This is A-R-K-A rock. But then I realized that it's spelled ARK.
From the end of the world, this is W-A-R-K, Apocalypse Rock.
I didn't want it to be super allegorical.
We didn't want to go as far as like naming the character Noah.
Someone actually at a film festival recently said, A-R-K, ARK? Like last film, I'm like, yes, you got it, it's there.
We didn't intend to make like a family film, and I wouldn't call it a family film. But so many indie films are really like not family friendly.
Don't go outside.
We wanted to make it a fun movie that felt like you were skipping out of school to go misbehave or something. And at some of the more serious festivals, it really felt that way. After so many bleak films, it was like, you know, crack open a beers, let's start having some fun.
It's just an overall wide audience that you can reach with this film.
It's always bittersweet. It's good to see the finished product. The ride was a good one. Everything in terms of recollection, it was all good.
You're never done, you just run out of time. So it's nice to finally encapsulate all that art and effort and collaboration. Serves for me as a time capsule. You can go back and remember where you started, where you ended, and what you learned in that process.
I'm a firm believer in do what you do best, and then surround yourself with other people who do what they do best, and you have a common goal, and you guys kill it. And there isn't a project yet that we have worked on that we haven't just nailed it. Yeah, it's awesome, and I don't know. I feel like family with you guys.
We're never done creating, so there's always something new around the corner, and there's always small projects and things to keep us active, and we're really excited to see what we do next.
Cheers!